there's some interesting things too. Like I've kind of noticed a lot, especially in a lot of mega churches in LA, because I shopped around for different churches to see which one I liked.
Yeah.
And I found something very fascinating, dude. Churches too, depending on which one you go to, some of it's just a fucking business, man. Like,
it's a big business.
A fucking huge multi-million-dollar business.
It's and give me money and I'll make you feel better. That's all it is.
Yeah, it's and it was so different from the churches that I grew up in, and that's the reason why, albeit they probably struggled financially, because they were focused more on the teachings of the religion than they were about grabbing people in for their money, and which is what I grew up with. So when I came to LA, that was another big test that I had. I was like, damn, fuck these churches, man. The money grubbing sons of bitches.
Yeah.
Why are these fucking pastors talking about like, I'm trying to help people out, but you got a multi-million-dollar mansion, dude?
Well, it makes, because they basically enable and make a lot of the greedy people feel good about themselves.
Yeah.
Because they're like, yeah, you deserve that expensive car. You deserve this and that. And they're like, oh, yeah. And then they feel good. So they give more offering because they feel like they're giving to God because deep down inside they do feel guilty for their greed or whatever it is. I'm
used to like the pastors that I grew up with, like even my dad, right? So when my dad started up a church in Sacramento, because we had our own business, he was one of like the deacons there, and he started up that church with one of his close friends. He didn't take a paycheck from the church.
Damn.
At all. Ever.
And that's how it should be.
Yeah, because he had his own source of income.
Yeah.
And we weren't even rich either. It's not like our family couldn't have used it.
Yeah.
But my dad did it, and he worked at that church tirelessly. And I really respect that about him and a lot of the other members of the church, all those deacons. Like, I really respected that out of them, And so when I saw the opposite that happened in some of this, and, I'm not saying they don't work hard, but it always made me feel weird when I saw, making seven figures is definitely living beyond your regular means. Like,
I don't think a pastor should ever make seven figures.
Yeah, I believe that they should make a good living because they are doing a shit ton of work. Yeah. But seven figures.
I mean, when it comes to religion, I personally it makes me feel weird about rock star religious people.
Yeah, they're rock stars. That's what they are. They start to become these rock stars
because they're too powerful.
Yeah,
they're not. To me, I feel like they're not servicing the higher peoples. I mean the spirits.
It seems like they're servicing themselves.
Exactly.
They're basically sucking their own fucking dick.
They're taking the attention away from the spirits.
I saw this too, and it was so. I went to this church, and I was so curious because there was a person that in the crowd that asked. So within the Protestant religion, homosexuality is a sin, right? So stealing and all that other stuff, right? And this person asked the pastor. This is what he says. He goes, What is the Christian belief on homosexuality, and what is your opinion on it, right? And he goes, is it a sin or is it not? And
it's in the Bible. It's a sin.
He didn't say that though.
Oh,
this is what he said. He goes, there are people who are gay that come to this church, and I love them too. And I grew up with some people who were gay, and he was like,
why can't he just admit that it's a sin?
He wouldn't do it
because I would have just been like, yes, it's a sin, just like lying is a sin, which we all do. So we all live with sin.
So he was. I was like, what is he? Wait, hold on a second. What is he doing? And then they asked again, and this person said to this pastor, he goes, that's not what I asked. They go, what I'm asking is what is your opinion and what does the church say about it? And he goes back to it again, beats around the bush. Well, I've had homosexual people come up to me and say that they love this church. And the person was like, yo,
he's basically saying, I don't want to lose my customers.
That's what he was saying.
I don't want to lose my customers.
And I lost so much respect for him, dude, because no matter whether I agree or disagree with what he was going to say, as a religion, you should have a stance.
Yeah.
Or as anybody with a certain, have a fucking stance, dude, and be able to defend it.
Yeah.
Or not even defend it, just... You weren't worried about what your beliefs were. You were worried about losing your customers.
Right.
And I was like, holy shit, this is a business. Boom. A boom moment for me, dude.
Damn.
And I looked at this pastor saying, like, you could have just said, yes, it's a sin in the religion, but we're also a faith about love. And everybody's welcome here, man. Mm-hmm. Everybody's welcome here. Mm-hmm. Like, you're welcome here. Let's all love each other.
And who hasn't? Like, everyone broke something in the Bible.
Yo, man, I'm breaking shit all day.
Yeah.
And
even thoughts about sinning is actually a sin itself.
Yeah.
It's like So, I mean, who is without sin? Like, I mean, and why can't you just admit that it is?
Yeah. Why can't you say
Sex
that
before marriage is a sin.
sin.
Lying is a sin. Like everything that we do is already a sin.
within
It's
the
like,
religion, you
yeah.
know? And I gotta say too, like I can't, even in that, I can't judge every church for that, what that guy did. I can't say every church is like that either.
No.
This is not a nebulous statement or a comment. I'm just saying what I saw
Right.
that made me feel of a certain way about this church, and which is why I left it.
Yeah.
Because I felt like people, and also at this church, they talked about tithing way too much.
So you knew it was the business. When they passed the offering table more than one time during a sermon, I'm just like, this is not that kind of
Dude, the dude talked about tithing, I think, like 9 out of 10 times I was
my
there.
God.
Like, bro, we get it. You want 10% of the fucking paycheck. I fucking get it. Can you get to the fucking sermon, dude? Like, that's what it was constantly about.
You know what I do like about mega churches though?
What?
They are entertaining as
They got money.
Yeah, they got like angels flying from the sky and shit. They got full on bands.
Yo, that
like,
fucking video of that dude on the fucking cable coming down, floating,
Yeah.
and then he had to be spun back around and shit.
dude, I've been to one where there's like basketball courts.
Yeah.
There's like swimming pools. It's just so fun, man.
The fucking Korean church that I went to as a kid,
Yeah.
when we used to play ball, it was at this back area at the church lot that had weeds, crack. There was no basketball net,
Yeah.
rusted as shit. At that place, they tore that shit down and they built a fucking basketball court, indoor basketball
Oh
court.
my God.
That's how much money that church has now.
Damn.
Where the fuck was that when I was a kid, dude?
Well, they changed their business practices, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, anything. See, that's a huge part for me when it comes to religion. It's like I feel kind of sick in the way that people get taken advantage of.
Yeah.
So a lot of people join religion because, you know, they're lonely, they're hurt, they need help, and they might receive some type of community warmth and stuff that they need through religion. But there are a lot of people that take advantage of that power and of that ignorance.
Because there's corrupt human beings.
Exactly.
People aren't perfect, you know, and to the credit of, Christianity that I've been a part of,
Yeah.
I've learned a lot from it as a human being.
Yeah.
And I think that to that religion's credit, it did help mold a lot of values in my life that I still keep till this day.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I definitely don't think I would have been who I am today without it. In terms of a lot of the positivity.
And there's a lot of great memories that you build,
Oh,
like
yeah.
community, the sense of belonging.
The sense of giving is what I received a lot
Right.
from Christianity.
And what you're supposed to do in this world, the sense of purpose.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of those things I